CBS 12 News on the CW34. Up in flames, fire destroys a family's home, forcing them out onto the streets. Tonight, how they're getting through the tough times. Family tragedy, 3 members of one family shot and killed, why one of them pulled the trigger, and how another was too scared to reach out for help. Plus, not in my backyard, a judge rules in favor of a new business district, but many residents there say take it somewhere else.
This is CBS 12 News at 10 on the CW34.
Right now, a West Palm Beach family's home destroyed, left with nearly nothing after fire tore through it this afternoon. As investigators try to figure out a cause tonight, despite the loss, the family sees a silver lining. Nothing is left tonight but piles of ashes, including their Christmas gifts they just opened yesterday. Now, this fire breaking out at their home inside the Holiday Plaza Mobile Home Park. That's along Haverhill Road, north of Okeechobee Boulevard in suburban West Palm Beach. And that's where we find CBS 12's Luli Ortiz tonight. And Luli, you actually spoke with the family, and we can only imagine how devastating this is for them.
That's right, Paul, but at the same time, this family is relying on faith to get by. They say that they consider themselves very lucky because none of them were injured. Now, look at the damage right behind me. You can see those walls are completely gone. You can see literally right through this mobile home and all that damage left behind. Now, the father tells me tonight he has no idea what to do next. A neighbor sharing this terrifying video of fast-moving flames completely destroying the family's mobile home here inside Holiday Plaza Mobile Home Park. Patricio Garcia Lopez, who is originally from Guatemala, remembers just last night when they celebrated Christmas and then the news no one wants to hear.
When they called me, they said the home was already destroyed by flames. Thank God it could have been worse.
He said his brother and 13-year-old daughter were home at the time, but they got out okay. He believes the fire started in the bathroom, and now 10 years of memories gone.
We lost everything.
12-year-old Ines Armonde lives next door. She told me she was riding her bike when she spotted the flames.
All I see is like flames from the back of the house and just smoke. So much smoke that you can't even see the fire anymore.
Ines tells me she was scared the family might still be inside.
There was like a 13-year-old girl. She was there. She has heart problems, and so she fainted and she went to the hospital.
Patricio's wife and children, ages 3 to 13, are now homeless. But even without a home this holiday season, this father is focusing on the silver lining. His teenage daughter, still in the hospital, will be okay. But it's God he is now turning to for strength.
I ask everyone to keep us in your hearts. I have no idea where I'm going to stay tonight. I'm still trying to figure it out.
And as you can see, these homes are very close to each other. And luckily, Palm Beach County fire rescue crews, they were able to put this fire out before spreading to this other home here. Now, the Red Cross, we're told, is helping the family tonight. We're live in suburban West Palm Beach. I'm Luli Ortiz, CBS 12 News on the CW34.
We hope everything works out. Thanks, Luli. Now, we first brought you this heartbreaking story with the CBS 12 News app. I'll send you a breaking news alert right to your phone. All you need to do to get it is search WPEC in the App Store. Breaking news just in tonight. A 7-year-old child with a gunshot wound. That's what Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies found when responding to a shooting in the 300 block of Shirley Drive in Pahokee. Now, we're told the child was taken by Traumahawk to a trauma hospital and right now is in critical condition. Tonight, detectives are on the scene investigating. No word on what led up to the shooting. Of course, we're going to continue to track the story and bring you the very latest as it becomes available.
All right, Paul, weather-wise, we are on a uptrend, an upswing with our temperatures right now in the low 70s, 73 degrees right now in West Palm Beach, 71 in Wellington, a little bit cooler inland, Okeechobee 63 degrees, Vero Beach currently 71, and our winds are pretty strong out of the east. In fact, we're going to see wind gusts overnight upwards of 30 miles per hour, and those winds sticking around for us on Thursday, too, because of a tight pressure gradient that's set up across South Florida. We have high high pressure to our north, and off to the west, we have an area of low pressure developing just in the northern tier of Texas. As this system pushes eastward, it will stay north of us, but it will increase our winds, and that's going to make for some really bumpy boating the next 2 days. So for Thursday, our winds out of the east-southeast, 20 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet, at times up to 9 feet. Friday, just a little bit better, but not by much. Your seas 4 to 6, at times up to 8 feet, with a small craft advisory in effect through Friday. So what's in store for the weekend? And of course, your New Year's Eve forecast, that's coming up in just a few minutes. Paul?
Kate, we'll see you then. Thank you. And you can track weather anytime you want with our CBS 12 News weather app. Again, click on WPEC in your app store. New tonight, a new business district in downtown West Palm Beach. Well, it could become a reality after a judge ruling that handed down today, but not everyone is happy about it, especially some people who live in that area. CBS 12's Vincent Crivelli live from downtown West Palm Beach tonight with more.
Some spoke about problems with traffic, others with infrastructure, but every single person I spoke with brought up how a tall building would block this $1 million view. Deborah Lakow lives in a high-rise in downtown West Palm Beach and lives just a few blocks from the ocean.
I have an ocean view, and I see the ocean and the Intercoastal, and I'm very fortunate.
She says a hot topic among people in her building is that a judge ruled in favor of establishing the Okeechobee Business District, which includes a 25-story office building. What's the general consensus in your building?
I don't think they're happy because we have the hotel on one side, and now we have the possibility of a 25-story building blocking our view. So the residents aren't that happy.
Other opponents of the district claim it will increase traffic and will cause a need for more publicly funded infrastructure. Still, Lakow isn't opposed to the tall building.
But as a local business owner, I'm the owner of Field of Greens down on Clematis. I'm always in favor of progress and building in the city, and I think it's going to help West Palm from a financial standpoint.
According to a judge's order after administrative hearings, the business district would generate about $1 million in tax revenue for the city.
I think the building will bring, I think a lot of new jobs here.
Resident Steve Canastor is right, according to another report in the order, which says the business district would create around 1,000 high-paying jobs and increase demand for housing. And tonight, West Palm Beach Mayor Jerry Moyo tweeted out, "I'm very pleased to see the law judge agreed with the city on every point." Reporting live tonight in West Palm Beach, Vincent Crivelli, CBS 12 News on the CW 34.
Vince, thank you. Right now, deputies say a woman and her father are dead, killed by the one person who promised to love that woman for better or for worse. They say her husband shot and killed them both, then turned the gun on himself. The St. Lucie County Sheriff says the woman who was killed tried to leave the relationship with her abusive husband, but he said it was too late. CBS 12's Treasure Coast reporter Aaron McPherson spoke with neighbors who are both shocked and saddened.
I spoke with a few neighbors who are still very shaken up over what happened. Many of them heard the gunfire and screams the night of those murders, and right now they're still just trying to process everything that happened.
Never. Mind-boggling.
Ralph Tricoli in disbelief after his parents' next-door neighbors were shot and killed. All of this in a quiet neighborhood for seniors, just 2 days before Christmas. Deputies say 53-year-old Mark Holland shot his wife, 58-year-old Renee Holland, and his father-in-law, 84-year-old Rudolph Rem, before turning the gun on himself. Tricoli says he spoke with the wife several times.
Very outgoing, very full of life. In fact, my mom's car wasn't running. She goes, she got under the hood and was checking the battery. And I mean, that's the personality she had.
He never saw her husband, but his parents' caregiver, Bonnie Jones, did.
He never really talked or anything. He might, like I said, just give a short wave or nothing at all.
She was in shock when she heard the news.
I was a little unnerved because, you're just not used to something like that happening in a little place like this.
Tricoli says his parents have lived in the same home since the 80s, and nothing like this has ever happened before.
No matter what, it could be in the best of neighborhoods and the worst of neighborhoods.
Deputies say there is a history of domestic violence with this couple. Holland was actually arrested back in August in Indian River County, but that case was dropped because of lack of cooperation from the wife, and something that experts say is unfortunately very common. Reporting in St. Lucie County, Erin McPherson, CBS 12 News.
All right, Erin, if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship and needs help, there are ways to get out of that violent relationship. We have put the information you need to know on our website, cbs12.com. And also, if you need to do something right now, you can call 211. That's the domestic violence hotline. Continuing coverage tonight, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office continues to mourn the loss of a beloved canine. A dangerous criminal shot and killed Canine Seago in the parking lot of the mall at Wellington Green on Christmas Eve as sheriff's deputies tried to serve warrants on two very dangerous criminals. Now, the killing of the canine is raising questions about the penalties for a crime like that. CBS 12 News has learned that one state organization is now trying to triple the penalties for killing canines. At the urging of an organization called Canines United, some state lawmakers have filed legislation that would triple the maximum penalty from the current 5 years to 15 years behind bars. Take a listen.
The canines are invaluable to our communities of what they do day in and day out to help keep us safe.
Now, some defense attorneys have gone on record saying a 15-year sentence for killing an animal, they say, would be just too extreme. Now, a story you don't hear every day. For some unknown reason, a man drives a Ferrari right into the Intracoastal in Riviera Beach. Take a look at this. Onlookers watched as the pricey sports car was pulled out of the water. There it goes. The police say the 911 call came in this morning, a few of them, in fact. As for the driver, we're told he got out of the car himself, got to shore, and didn't need any medical attention. Tonight, we're told he's doing okay. No word, though, on his identity or why he drove into the inlet in the first place. Up next, border backlash tonight after another migrant child dies at the border. The new policy is being put in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. Kate.
Hey, Paul, it is warm and windy out there tonight. So when will the wind finally decrease? Also, we have your New Year's forecast coming up and the next big chance for rain. We'll detail all of that in just a few minutes.
A lot to detail, Kate. Thank you. Plus, it may be the most wonderful time of the year, but the most stressful for so many as well. Straight ahead, a new kind of stress relief that could help you as we head into the new year. Right after the break.
Proud partner of the CBS 12 News Network, the one to turn to.
Across America tonight, you're looking live right now at the nation's capital, where we are now 5 days into a partial government shutdown. Lawmakers still working to find some common ground. Now, the sticking point here, funding for President Trump's proposed border wall. Right now, though, 800,000 federal employees are impacted by the shutdown and not getting paid. Some lawmakers believe the partial shutdown could last into the new year. Meantime, the president and first lady making a surprise visit Christmas night to visit troops in Iraq. The trip following the president's shocking announcement last week that he'll pull the remaining 2,000 plus troops out of Syria. The fallout continuing tonight following the death of a young boy at the border this week. Customs and Border Patrol says it's conducting secondary medical checks on all children under the age of 10 in its custody. This after an 8-year-old boy from Guatemala died on Christmas Eve. He is the second migrant child to die in the agency's care this month. A new trend in medicine making a difference for those who are stressed out. Is it you? Well, in tonight's 10:15 Difference, Liz Bonas explains what's called mindfulness-based stress reduction.
It was a cycling accident that got Meriden McGraw into mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR.
Prior to that, physical activity was my main source of outlet for stress.
Along with others, such as Dr. Mira Murthy, a psychologist, she discovered then that
stress is really a form of suffering.
To overcome the suffering, Meriden took the same steps that Dr. Murthy now teaches as part of a course on MBSR. It doesn't change the stress, such as not being able to bike. It trains her body to react to it differently.
How we train our bodies and how we train our brains really changes how we experience life.
The course, which runs for 8 weeks, is designed to teach you skills that will enhance your health, such as meditation or things that we usually think of with relaxation. But it's also designed to give you coping skills for stress in everyday life. With the help of meditation, yoga, outdoor experiences, healthier mindful eating, and group instruction, Dr. Murthy says you learn to take better care of yourself and be more aware of your surroundings.
So many times in our society, we live in this fight or flight mentality all the time. And mindfulness has really helped me take a breath, calm down, and react from a place of control, emotion regulation.
Proof? Well, for example, when I asked Meredith McGraw about cycling again, here's what she says.
On trails, not on roads.
Now, this type of course runs about eight weeks and is offered by those who teach yoga and yoga practices. The cost varies depending on the instructor and location. A Kentucky man finds himself behind bars during the holidays for allegedly hitting someone with a Christmas ham. Authorities say David Brennan, there he is, threw a holiday ham and other items at a woman during an argument over when they should have Christmas dinner. Bannon is now facing assault charges. Meteorologist Kate Wenzel joins me tonight, maybe not to talk about that ham story because we have no idea what led up to that.
Right, and we don't like violence here in the newsroom and the studio.
That's true, very true. But what we can talk about, I just stepped out or came back in from outside. It is really breezy out there.
It's breezy, it's warm. It doesn't really feel like the day after Christmas, Paul.
It does not at all.
Admit. But yeah, we're in store for some warm temperatures. Temperatures warming into the low 80s. In fact, right now it's still mild, 72 degrees. And look at our sustained winds right now out of the east at 22 miles per hour. So if you're trying to figure out how to dress for Friday morning, well, that's another day away. But this is Thursday morning, 70 degrees for the folks in Wellington, 71 Lake Worth, 71 Boynton Beach, a little bit cooler inland for you. Belle Glade right around 67 degrees, and across North Palm Beach County, temperatures there in the low 70s by the coast. 71 Jupiter Farm 67, Loxahatchee 70 degrees, and Royal Palm Beach 70 degrees as well. Along the Treasure Coast, temperatures in the upper 60s, 68 degrees Port St. Lucie, 69 Fort Pierce and Okeechobee. Your wake up temperature 64. So our onshore breeze will continue throughout the day on Thursday. Winds sustained anywhere from about 20 to 25 miles per hour. And from time to time, we're going to see these stray showers pushing on shore too. So about a 30 to 40% chance of showers. Best chance will be after 4 p.m. And you can see through your Thursday evening, we could see some brief heavy downpours. So factor that into your evening plans Thursday, seeing mostly cloudy skies. Winds gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour as we head throughout the day on Thursday. High temperature of 78 degrees, partly cloudy, just a few showers and staying windy. So temperatures running about 3 degrees above average for this time of year, upper 70s to low 80s, and our overnight lows running very warm for this time of year. 79 degrees the high tomorrow, Fort Pierce, 79 Port St. Lucie and Stewart, a high temperature of 78 degrees. So this is our next weather maker, an area of low pressure. It's bringing snow and rain to the eastern third of the country. Let's go ahead and slow that down for you. And you can see as we head throughout Thursday, this is Thursday evening at 9:30, rain stretching all the way from Texas through places like Alabama, Louisiana, on through Kentucky, Indiana, all the way as far north as Minneapolis, St. Paul. They're actually going to be right there on the border of snow and rain. So they might see some ice there, lots of snow across the Dakotas and the Intermountain West. We take you to Friday and you can see that rain is across the southeast United States. We'll see a little rain, but basically being blocked by that front, by an area of high pressure, and that's going to keep us breezy to windy the next 2 days. Small craft advisory in effect for the boaters through Friday. Here's your 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. A 40% chance of showers Thursday, Friday. They come down a little bit for the weekend. Right now, New Year's Day as we start the year 2019 looks to be very warm, Paul, with a high of 82 degrees.
Boy, what a forecast there. Kate, thank you. After the break tonight, it could be the secret to longer living. Why, what you put in your cup could help you live well into your 80s. That's next. An adult beverage or a cup of joe? A new study says alcohol and coffee drinkers are living longer. Yeah. A new study from the University of California, Irvine found that people who drank moderate amounts of either coffee or alcohol lived longer than those who didn't. The study also shows that people who were overweight in their 70s lived longer than those who were underweight. Let's wait for the next study. Well, with Christmas gifts come Christmas returns. Experts say millions of people will be ditching their unwanted gifts this holiday season. And if you're one of those people, here's what you should know. The number of days stores allow you to return unwanted gifts can vary from 15, 30, or 45 days. You're also urged to check the gift receipt. Also, many retailers like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and Amazon extend those return policies. Another piece of advice from the experts: if you can wait until after the first of the year, the lines won't be as long. Well, the playoff picture may be over for the Finns, but coming into the last game of the season, why some players will still be fighting with a whole lot on the line. That's next.
The South Florida Honda Sports Report.
As the Miami Dolphins begin their final week of practice this year, cornerback Xavier Howard has been given the team award for most valuable player, while Ryan Tannehill, Frank Gore, and Kenny Stills also got some team awards. But those are about the only accolades the Dolphins could muster up in what's otherwise been another disappointing season. Most everybody will be playing for their jobs in the season finale in Buffalo this Sunday after a listless 17-7 loss to Jacksonville this past Sunday, a loss that officially knocked the Finns out of playoff contention. Now, there's been lots of talk about owner Stephen Ross needing to make changes in the offseason, although it's not clear if he'd replace the decision makers in the front office or hire a new head coach. Either way, head coach Adam Gase says he is focused on ending the season with a win over the Bills in Western New York and ending the season with a .500 record.
8-8 sounds a lot better than 7-9. I know that. Just like last year, 7-9 sounded a lot better than 6-10. So, I mean, we're focused on that, and I feel like the guys did a really good job at practice today, and it's good to see them flying around and enjoying being out there. And I mean, they just know it's the last week that this team will be together. I mean, it'll never be the same.
Now, the Dolphins and Bills kick off this Sunday at 1 o'clock, a game you can watch on CBS 12. Then tune into Finns Final, the last one of the season. Can you believe it? With sports director John Everson. That's Sunday at 11 on CBS 12. We hope to see you then. Well, for the 5th time, Palm Beach Gardens resident Serena Williams has been voted the Female Athlete of the Year by the Associated Press. All this comes after her heroic return to the court after complications following the birth of her daughter last year. Now, she went on to reach the finals at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open. Gymnast Simone Biles came in second. As far as the Male Athlete of the Year, he'll be announced tomorrow. A touching gift brings a mother to tears. Why it's a present that she'll never forget. Finally tonight, a very touching story out of California this holiday season. A mother hears her son's voice again months after he died. Wow, Officer Sean Tanner passed away back in October. He was just 21 years old. For Christmas, his older sister gave the parents a bear, and that was his voice recorded on it. Now that is a gift like no other.
Oh, wow.
That mother is just in tears there. What a gift to get for the holidays. A little bit of her 21-year-old son back.
You know, and my heart always goes out to families that are dealing with a loss this time of year. I think it makes it amplifies it. You know, it makes it harder for them. But yeah,
look at her,
you can see that emotional response.
Just full of tears there. 21 years old, her son died. And what's great too is that the sister went ahead and gave that doll to her mother, knowing that she'd put the voice on it and knowing that her mother would love it. Let's listen. Just amazing there. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears for a minute.
Okay.
Windy out there.
Yes, windy, Paul. So hold on to your hat tomorrow. And temperatures in the morning right around 64 to 71 degrees. So it's going to be a mild start today. Sunrise at 7:07. And as we head into the afternoon and the evening, we might see a few showers too, but no severe weather expected. So we'll be all right.
Not too bad. Just hold on to your hat and don't mess your hair up when you go outside tonight. Thanks, Kate, and thanks for spending 34 minutes of your time with us here on the CW. Daily Mail TV is next, and be sure to join Aaron Christensen and I for CBS 12 News at 11. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, everybody. Good night.